Zoe looks at everyone looking at her. She again closes her eyes, but this time thinking of Andy, and a memory of her birthday from a year ago comes to her. She smiles with tears dropping from her eyes. Zoe opens her eyes, wipes her tears, and speaks into the microphone. Andy was someone I loved very much. Since the day I met him at a store, as I was coming home from a college house party, I walked into the store and there he was behind the counter. One thing Andy never shared with me was that he was a decent guitar player and singer. It was last year at night. We had just come home from my birthday dinner, and as soon as we walked into our apartment, he asked me to sit down on the couch. He had one more present for me. While we were at dinner, he gave me a painting I've been wanting since college, and I love that he remembered that. But that was Andy. No matter how big or small it was, if it was important to you, then it was important to him. I'm sitting on the couch, and a part of me was thinking he was going to propose, and I was hoping he would. Months prior, we talked about not needing some paper to say how much we loved each other when we already were doing that every day. But secretly, I wanted him to ask me to marry him, have a wedding surrounded by family and friends. Anyway, Andy walks into the living room, sets a chair in the living room facing me, and then comes back into the living room with a acoustic guitar, sits down on the chair, gets the guitar into position, ready to play. Andy then looks at me, takes a breath, exhales, and begins to play the John Mayer version of Beyonce's XO. The whole time I had no idea he could play and sing. I sat on the couch and hung on to every word he sang to me. Once he was finished singing the song, he looked back at me, said happy birthday, and that he loved me. It was the first time any guy did that for me. Andy is not someone that when they are gone, you just forget about him. Everyone in this room, even if you didn't come up to the podium and share, had a moment with Andy that they'll never forget. That's who Andy was. He was an unforgettable person, and no matter what, whenever I think of Andy, I'll smile every time. Zoe said as she was wiping tears from her eyes.